Um, my journey. My journey started as far back as I could remember. I had and I didn't know what it was until I was in my 30s. I'm not gonna hold you. I had an imaginary friend. She was a shadow in the wall. And one day I just told her, I had to be about maybe 3. I told her, I said, I want to play with you. Now let my mama tell me I was younger than that. And I was like, I want to play with you. Maybe a few nights later, I was sleeping, woke up, and there was a little girl standing by my bed, and we became friends. And I remember telling my mom, like, her name is Beverly, and my mom looked at me crazy, like, okay, just weird. So maybe a little time goes by. I'm about 5 at this time. We hanging with Beverly Strong. We having tea parties. We kicking it. We chilling. It was Beverly, Charles, Pearland, and I found out later these are all my mother's relatives. My mom, she called them my guardian angels, right? And she tell people I was a little crackhead, like, Jazz a little off. Them are guardian angels, but they were her family members, and they all. I would describe them perfectly, their personalities perfectly. She just didn't understand how. We go to New York to visit my grandmother. She lived in Bronx, and I remember my grandmother had an old photo album, and I'm looking through the pictures, and I see this little bitty picture of Beverly, and I was like, Mom, and I was like, I'll never forget this day. You don't remember much when you were a kid, but I remember this, and I said, you didn't tell me you knew my friend. And she said, really? And I showed her the book, and right there was Beverly. My mom turned pale, and she's a chocolate woman. She was pale. So Beverly is her sister that was murdered many years ago. And I think she was maybe about 6 or 7. Somebody had kidnapped her and took her life. And Beverly stayed with me for a very long time. And she would see things. When I turned about